Whether you're a veteran painter or just starting your miniature painting journey, I'll show you how to paint conquest miniatures the easy way. Using simple techniques, efficient paint schemes, and rich colors of the army painter, you'll get your models looking fantastic on the tabletop without spending countless hours at the painting desk. These are the Colours of Conquest.
Hello, Slayers of the Grey, and welcome to Colours of Conquest. Today we're painting Kitsune Onmyoji with a zenithal prime. And don't forget to check out the affiliate code down below, or the affiliate link, and use Warpaints Minis 10. You'll save 10% on your entire order of any Conquest miniatures from the eShop of Para Bellum. That's right, like I said, I primed this with a zenithal, so a matte black and then a matte white zenithal. And now we're using a little bit of Battleship Grey Speedpaint in the airbrush to get like the base color, but it's mostly because of her tail that I wanted this nice light blue, and I figured, well, might as well do the entire miniature with it so that I have a nice base. And by the way, after this was dry, I did put a matte varnish on it just to protect the speed paint. Anyways, I want to thank again my members. You know, there's only 2 of you guys, but you are so appreciated. If you want to join, take a look at that as well. You can join, and for as little as $2 a month, you can support my hobby, which would be greatly appreciated. You know, times aren't easy, but you know, it's cheaper than a cup of coffee, and you make someone happy other than yourself. You know, it's always good to give, you know. All right, here we go. We're going to have some fun now with a lot of paints, including agate skin, ruby skin, and pearl skin. That's right. We're going to be putting in these 3 colors on the palette, mixing them up, getting the skin done. But first we're starting with the agate skin, putting this on her hands, her feet, her legs, sorry, not her feet, because her feet have these weird claw-like, bird-like things. Very interesting. Now you might say, yes, I did a custom base on this, and like you're like, but yeah, her like tassels or dress is kind of like floating in the air. Don't worry, I fixed this with some tufts after and some other stuff. It looks like they're just gliding over the flowers, so I fix all that, so no worries about it. As you can see, we're just nicely glazing on the other colors. We're trying to get up to the lightest color we want, and then we're going to blend it all together with a nice little speed paint in the end. Yes, this is a little bit longer video because it is a bigger miniature. This is from the Yoroni First Blood starter pack. Now, Para Bellum was nice enough to send me this. I've played only 2 games so far of First Blood. I've been so crazy busy with life, which is why my video uploading is very erratic. Thank you so much for you guys' patience. I mean, it has been a roller coaster at our place, and for health reasons and that, so we're dealing with it. I don't want to get into it too much because that's not what you're here for. You're here to see me paint cool miniatures like this one. This one, by the way, if you buy the kit individually, but I think actually in this one too, you have the choice of making the other version, which is pretty much identical except for like the head. I think that's the only thing that changes is the head. Yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment down below if you've played First Blood, if you've played The Last Argument of Kings by Conquest. Have you checked out Para Bellum in general? They are amazing. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, the link for them will show up at the end. You can click on all of them that I've done. I've done a lot of painting videos for Dweghome and some city states and maybe some Sorcerer Kings. If I get a lot of likes on this, because there are 5, they are big miniatures, I will record them. I might not necessarily have time to edit them. I'm working on a huge project of Marvel Crisis stuff because I'm getting ready for a tournament, so I'm trying to get all the terrain painted and all that, so I may not have time to get all the videos done. Okay, here I was talking about a blend with a speed paint. Well, it's peachy flesh as a glaze on top of all the skin just to get it all nice and coherent. All right, we're doing another triad here, but this time we're using some Blanchberry, which is a masterclass paint, a little bit of moldy wine, and some forbidden fruit, which is from the same, I think these are all from the same extended triad, and that Blanchberry is put in a 7 paint, a darker of these reddish purple colors. I mean, brownish reddish. I don't even know what the name is. Like, it is crazy. You look at the name and it's like brownish reddish, dark red, blackish blue something. Blanchberry. There you go. A John Blanche. Hey, again, you know, we are all saddened to hear about the news that happened. If you're listening to this way after this happened, well, John Blanche passed away in 2026, and he helped create these 4 fantastic paint sets. If you haven't gotten your hands on them, do so. I'm still trying to get my hands on 3 paints that got frozen over because I was stupid and ordered paint in the winter here in Canada, thinking it was going to be okay, but not knowing it was going to end up on a plane for like 400 hours and going to the wrong province and then showing up at my door with 3 frozen paints. Now, I could go back to the store I bought it, but I don't think they're going to do anything about it because they can't send me the individual paints because it is a box set. And of course, Army Painter does not ship to Canada. Hey, Canadian government, if you're listening, anyone working at the Canadian government working, listening to this about import stuff, I don't even know how it works. Get these paints available in Canada. Please let Army Painter ship stuff to us. And not expensive either, please. Come on, just do a deal with them. Come on, get these. We want to get Canada strong. Let's do this, okay? Get us hobbyists our paints. Dang it. Anywho, as you can see again, the amazing coverage of Warpaints Fanatics, including the historical, the masterclass. I also found out there's an infinity paint sets that have some unique colors in it, and it kind of sucks because you have to buy the whole paint set to get the one unique color. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. Different need though. You gotta, I gotta get those colors. I mean, that's the life I have. I'm OCD, man. I need every color. I gotta catch them all. It's like Pokemon for young kids, but me, it's paint. It's sad, but it's funny. Anyways, again, this is a longer video. We are painting some cooler stuff and some bigger stuff. So imagine this is sped up 4 times. This one took me quite a bit of work to put into. I am extremely proud of how she turned out. I'm looking forward to getting the other Yoroni done, and like I said, I'm going to try and get the videos done, but right now I'm working on some bigger projects, getting some 3D printing done, building some stuff, and for Marvel Crisis Protocol. Sorry, I know you guys want to see some other games too on here, but I needed to say a thank you to Para Bellum again for sending me this nice little starter box set. It's a good way to get into the game, and FYI, if you buy 2 of these Yoroni sets, by the way, they're all brutes. There are no infantry bases in it. These are big sucker, big miniatures. So that's kind of fun. It actually makes it a little bit more interesting to paint because you have a little bit more of a canvas to work on. As you can see, it's taking me a little bit longer here because now I'm mixing in the moldy wine into the blanched berry. I might even toss in some forbidden fruit there. I'm doing some highlights now on all her clothing. Just glazing it on there, making it nice and pretty, making it where the light will hit more. And just going to keep mixing in the lighter colors. No black and white, by the way. I just go with the triads because I don't ever know how much white or black to put in these things, like to make them go lighter or brighter, and I end up making them like super bright or super dark. So just using Army Painter's flexible triads, which is the main reason for them doing that, is for you, yes, you're using more different colors and your palette is a little bit bigger, but you don't have to stress about which color should go next. Coming back to buying the 2 boxes, if you buy 2 boxes, like I said, this one here, the Kitsune, there's 2 versions. I don't know the other one name. She's got some pretty cool things. The Yoroni have these cool powers too, that you put these tokens in play. I don't remember the name of them. I should really look up this stuff when I'm making these videos, because I'm sure you guys are interested in knowing the lore of the game as well and how it plays. Well, I'll try and do that eventually. But you can always go take a look at their app. It's free. All the rules are free. You can make your army. It's free. And you can take a look at all the armies that they have available, all the characters, and you see what their powers are. You have lots of choices. Really fun. As you can see, I'm really getting close now to just the forbidden fruit color here. Pretty much just touching up on the really raised edges, really highlighting them, giving them a nice fluid look to all these Ripley clothing. It's just, again, Army Painter, thank you so much for just making paints amazing. We're going into another triad of colors. We got Blighted Green, which again is a master class, German Camo Green, which is a historical paint, and Glade Shard. I find these 3 work really well. I think the Blighted Green works with another color like flexible triad. I'm not 100% sure, but the Glade Shard and the Blighted Green are like, the Glade Shard is from one of the newest ones. I believe it's the volume class 3 of the master class set. Blighted Green, I think, is 4, maybe 1, 2. I don't even remember anymore. There's so many, and I mixed them all up. So, whatever paint I have, I look at the color. If I'm liking it, I put it on. This is for the rest of her clothing, by the way. As you can see now, I'm mixing in that German camo green. I'm mixing in the Glade Shard now to get the final highlight. Actually, I think I go straight up Glade Shard to get the real shine on her clothing there and make it pop. There, here you can see it there. So I think I did like a little bit of mixture. My palette was like just mixed. Hey, guess what, folks? Another Triad. Holy cow. We're doing some Ironclad Gray, which this one is from the historical. I might be wrong. It might be a masterclass. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure. Ironclad. I don't know. It might be masterclass. Uniform Gray Dough and Company Gray is from their basic war paint set. This adds into that. Yes, the Ironclad Gray is a masterclass paint. It adds into their flexible triads. It's what we used to have. Oh, what was that? That dark gray we used to have way back in the original war paints. Oh man, I've asked someone this before in an old in an old video. Someone actually responded. It was sort of like a cultist cloak, but I think it was just dark cloak or something like that. Jeez, I wish I remembered. Anyways, comment down below if you remember what I'm talking about. That gray we all wanted that they put into the, I think, volume 1 or 2 of the masterclass. Anyway, so again, we're doing the same thing here. We're just going from the dark to the white, or to the lightest possible way. And now going to a speed paint on her feet. I told you there was a weird claw-like feet, so I just put some occultist cloak on it. And with the blue underneath, the Battleship Grey kind of like highlight, it did a good job because the speed paint, now that I have the 2.0 on most of them, actually work like they're supposed to. I was wondering why some of my speed paints weren't working like they were supposed to. And the 1.0 was interesting paint, none to say. So yeah, and now we're using some Horde Bronze, putting this on some ornaments on her, her little bracelets there on her legs, or her ankle bracelets, these little trims around her dress. There's going to be the things on her headdress. Just, you know, again, amazing paints to work with. If you're not working with Army Painter paints, you are missing out. Army Painters sending me a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of paints. I was so thankful. You know, it's an honor to receive anything on this channel from anyone. Now, again, you know, I'm biased on these. Like, they didn't pay me to talk about this Para Bellum or Army Painter. They didn't pay me. They gave me stuff, and I'm giving my honest opinion on it. Army Painter paints are amazing. I cannot stress that enough. This Bloodthorn is from their latest paint set of the Masterclass. This, I believe, is the cool ones, or is it the warm? I don't even know anymore. And you'll find it. Bloodthorn, just doing the tips of her tails here with this wonderful color. Again, look at the coverage. Like, I barely have any on my brush, by the way. It's not fully loaded. It's got a lot of water in it, and it still goes on a lot of times with one coat. Some of the colors, white, yellows, some of the skin tones, like the lighter colors, maybe a pink. If it's over black, it's harder to cover. If it's over white, it's okay, but you still need a second coat on them, and you let them dry properly, because if you don't, they're just going to get like crusty looking. It's kind of interesting. And just, you know, work with these paints and that. And again, Para Bellum too, they sent me this just knowing that I was originally with them a long time ago. From the start, I had started playing the Last Arabian Kings. They had sent me some stuff then too. I have an affiliate link, by the way. You can go click on that in the description, or go to their eShop, put a whole bunch of stuff in your basket, check out and add a code Rob Paints Minis 10. I believe it's that. And if not, get in touch with me in the comments and I'll set you up with that code again. If not, that's also in the description and the information about that. You can go ahead, and every purchase you guys make also helps me get more from Para Bellum. So I'll be able to get a little bit more sets, like some box sets and whatever, and paint them up on the channel. If you guys want to see more Conquest stuff, I need lots of likes on this video. So smash it. Just like everyone who watches it. Hit the like button, comment as well, share the video, okay, on your socials. Say, hey, this guy, he's painting stuff, and it's so easy to paint along. Like we understand how he's doing it, and it's not master, you know, perfection and all that. It is super easy to paint along, and it's like a paint night. I'm watching a paint night, but it's free. We are finishing off this miniature here with the Fiery Vermilion. We are done putting on the little final touches. And there you have it, folks. I want to thank you again so much for watching. And don't forget to keep slaying the gray one miniature at a time.